What advice or tips do you have for current investors that own rental properties that currently do not have a property manager? What problems do you solve for these investors?
Yeah. I would say time is probably the biggest one. And I can speak to it personally because I've self-managed a lot of my stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
And if you look at the return on your time, it's probably relatively low when you're working on, say a rental property versus what you could be making in your primary job or business. So I think it's an easy trap, and again, one that I was in for a long time, to where you just want to do it all because maybe you can or you have the ability, but really it may not be your highest and best use.
Yeah.
So for, let's say, between 8 and 10% of the rent, you'd pay a professional manager, and they're going to be basically watching the property for you, collecting the rents, dealing with any legal issues if there are, any if evictions come up,
which is huge.
That kind of stuff.
That stuff is like, that's thousands of dollars.
Yeah. We try to avoid. Obviously, we try to avoid that. That's a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
But that's something that we can work with, with an owner to go through that process. Obviously, we handle all the accounting, the bookkeeping. We can pay the insurance, pay the mortgage, pay property taxes.
And I didn't know that, actually. I mean, I didn't realize that with property managers. It's like I don't get a check and I have to pay the mortgage and all of that. Like it's almost like you are managing that property, and they get a report every month of what the income and expenses were, and a check every month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Full breakdown. Of everything that was done that month, and then if we have large expenses coming up, like let's say there's a new roof. Right. Oftentimes we can start, we'll withhold funds
to cover
on behalf of the owner. Yeah. Hey, so here's your account that we're building up for you. Because we know these CapEx, expenses.
If you have like a heating and air or something like a roof, then you can start planning for that in the rents and taking some of that and applying that towards that expenditure when it comes to
exactly.
Yeah. I love that.
And so it really does help.